Hello guys, my name is Jacob Miller. We'll go back to the Jacob Show today. It's time for a year review. That's right. Of course, what year exactly? 2020, of course. I mean, it was last year. I mean, I don't know why you're even asking. But yeah, hold on, let me go fix this. Alright, so 2020. If I could just say one thing about it, it has been a bizarre year, honestly. It has been one hell of a bizarre year. From everything that just went down, from the Australian wildfires to the historical stuff that's been happening, to the C virus. I will not say its actual name. I will only address it as the C virus, and that's it. And presidential politics. Everyone loves that. I don't. No. I do not want that anywhere here. Move and go back, please. Thank you. But anyways, yeah. Let's go ahead and talk about 2020. Let's start off with their movies. Let me just fix this real quick. Yeah, alright. So, movies. They were bad, but also surprising, to be honest. Let's go start off with Disney, because Disney has a lot of stuff happening in terms of their movies. Pixar's Onward, pretty meh. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, at first, I did enjoy it a lot. However, later on, as I was just watching it and just rewatching it, I was just like, it's good, but there are clear flaws in this. Pixar's Soul, that was a surprisingly good movie. I did not expect Pixar's Soul, that Pixar movie that came out December 25th, called Soul, to actually be that good. Because looking at the trailers, I was just in there just being like, okay, this is a movie, I guess. When's the actual plot? And now after watching it, I'm just like, this is actually really, really good. I am surprised by this. But yeah, moving on. A lot of movies were just canceled, delayed, or just flopped in the box office once they were released in theaters. I want to say Tenet. Tenet was released in theaters recently. Not a good movie. Well, it probably is a good movie, but it flopped. It just flopped in the box office, and it didn't really make a lot of money. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, Christopher Nolan. You just made a movie in the beginning, like during 2020's C virus pandemic, which, by the way, we're supposed to get a vaccine soon, but I don't know about that. Do not quote me on that. Do not quote me on that. Thank you. But yeah, a lot of other movies were just delayed, if not canceled. You have the new Halloween sequel, the new Candyman movie, which I was hyped to see. You have that Black Widow movie, which was supposed to come out, but didn't. And then you also have Kong vs. Godzilla, which was supposed to come out this year, but it didn't because of this whole C virus pandemic thing. And so, yeah, not really a good year for movies. However, the movies that did come out before the C virus started spreading around was, of course, Sonic the Hedgehog. And that movie proved that video game movies can be good and successful in terms of box office and in terms of like the quality of the film. I mean, I have not seen it yet, but just by going off the reviews for it, as well as looking at the box office earnings, that film must be good if it's literally making that much money. But yeah. Another thing is that there were some amazing comic book, video game, book, and anime movie reveals this year, like that new Nathan Drake movie with Tom Holland and of course Matt Damon. Who? Yeah, that looks amazing. You also have some new movies coming out in terms of Marvel and DC. Like, for example, that new Suicide Squad movie made by James Gunn. That's going to be amazing. But yeah, I will talk about the Marvel side of the comic book movies in another video, because I have a lot to say, and that deserves a entire predictions video on its own. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to another thing here. Streaming. Let's go talk about streaming for a minute. Streaming. Disney Plus released the second season of Mandalorian, and it was really good. I loved it. I really did love it. It was very, very amazing. Ahsoka Tano. Oh, I'm sorry. Spoilers if you haven't seen Mandalorian. But yeah, Ahsoka Tano, Boba Fett, yeah. And also Luke Skywalker showing up, and I was like, oh my god. But yeah, I mean, holy crap. That was actually really, really good season. I can't wait for season 3, which is supposed to come out December of 2022, I believe. And of course, you may be wondering, Jacob, it's gonna be delayed, until 2022. What the heck, man? Taking its place within December, on, of course, December of this year, aka 2021, it's gonna be a Boba Fett series, which looks amazing. I am hyped as hell. I'm so hyped, man. I can't wait to see Boba Fett, man. Get his own series. He's no longer going to be the joke of the Star Wars community and of the Star Wars franchise. He's gonna be looked at as a serious threat. You are not prepared. None of you are. But yeah, moving on to some other Disney Plus stuff. Charging money to see the live action Mulan on Disney Plus. I don't know why they even charged money in the first place. And if I could just be 100% real with you, that live action Mulan movie sucked. It did. It was so bad. I mean, not in terms of the cast taking the side of the Chinese police or anything. No. That is worse, but just the movie itself. I mean, that director literally sat down and was like, oh, hey, by the way, our Mulan is gonna be realistic. And I'm sitting here like, so, Chi and backflipping off backflipping off of a horse and then kicking an arrow in midair to where it then strikes and kills the one of the main villains of the movie is real. Is that real? Really? That's real? That can happen? Huh. I didn't know that. I might as well do that with a bullet, I guess. Jesus. But yeah, moving on to Hulu. Hulu, man. He does some really good stuff this year. First of all, they released Love, Victor, a spin-off sequel to the movie Love, Simon, which was amazing. Both of them, like, Love, Simon is a fantastic film. It is a great movie. And then you get to friggin' yeah, Love, Victor. And Love, Victor is like, hey, I'm going to do what you did, but just better. And I was like, oh my God. Oh, I was literally smiling from cheek to cheek in terms of that entire show. Now let's go and move on to, of course, a movie that made me smile cheek to cheek on Hulu. It is the Christmas rom-com movie, Happy Season, which I saw that and I could not stop laughing and smiling throughout the entire film. I literally smiled cheek to cheek from the beginning of the film to the end. I just smiled cheek to cheek and just like, this is amazing. I never felt this way about a rom-com Christmas movie ever since The Holiday back in 2006, which by the way is a incredible movie that you have to watch. You have to see that movie. It is so good. But yeah, Happy Season, an amazing film. Love, Victor, an amazing show. And then Palm Springs, very, very funny, but is not one of my favorites. I mean, it has to do with a bunch of like time travel stuff, which is cool, I guess. But I mean, the premise is cool, and the jokes are comedic and very, very funny. But I don't know. It's just I just wouldn't necessarily consider it to be one of my favorites. Yeah. So, moving on to Netflix. Netflix here. They have released some good movies and TV shows this year, as well as some additional seasons to some shows that were running before 2020, which is pretty good. It's very, very amazing. It's kind of the same quality that you expect from Netflix. And, of course, you may be wondering right there, Jacob, what is that quality from Netflix? That is for you to decide. Because I'm not going to have my opinion and thoughts affect your opinion and thoughts in terms of like streaming services in a journal, and not the shows and the movies. But yeah, moving on though. Oh wait, I forgot to mention Amazon Prime, The Boys Season 2. Holy, that was a good season of The Boys. It was so good. Like, I'm just sitting here just watching it. I'm like, oh my god. It's just like all the time. I was like, oh, okay. I see you. But yeah, moving on from that, Warner Bros. HBO Max drama that happened this year. So, for those of you who do not know, essentially, Warner Bros. Recently stated that they are going to be releasing films that are about to come in theaters onto HBO Max for exactly 31 days before their theatrical release. Now, you may be wondering, oh, Jacob, that's actually great for us. It is great for us. But it's bad for the people working on those films. Let me explain. First of all, actors involved in any HBO Max movie, or no, Warner Bros. Movie or film or TV show are just essentially being like, you wanna what? I'm not going to promote any film that I am a part of under your name, Warner Bros. Screw you. And then the directors are trying to sue Warner Bros. Meanwhile, film studios that are under Warner Bros. or working for Warner Bros. Are literally taking legal action in terms of all of this. And for Kong Kong versus Godzilla, it is a big deal because let's say Kong versus Kong versus Godzilla releases on HBO Max for 31 days before the theatrical release. Let me tell you something. Legendary, the people who are working under Warner Bros. will essentially lose the filming rights for Godzilla as well as other Godzilla characters and properties, which is horrible because I mean, Toho is actually interested in seeing where the legendary MonsterVerse goes, and the MonsterVerse is essentially Kong, Mothra, King, Ghidorah, Rodan, and Godzilla. That's it so far, at least. Not until the new movie shows up and got us all. Sorry about that. I had to take a drink from my throat. But yeah, Legendary may lose the filming rights to Godzilla as well as other related Godzilla properties, which kind of sucks, you know? Really does. Yeah. I need to move on. I'm sorry. I keep sticking in. Okay. So, comic books. They were outstanding. Let's go talk about Marvel for a second. Marvel! I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're smoking or what you're snorting, but those are some nice comic book storylines that you have. Literally, not House of X. Swords of X. Swords of X. Oh my god. So hyped, man. Literally, I'm just like reading it and I'm just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, man. It's like every single new issue of that storyline. I was just like, okay, what's next? Oh, okay, what's that? Oh, okay, what's that? Oh my god, Mad Jim Jaspers. He is back, and I'm just like, Uh-huh. What's next, man? What's next? Show us now. Tell me now. Yeah, tell me now. But yeah. Whew, man. This Marvel, you are outstanding. Not only that, but yet King of Black event. Sentry shows up. He punches a hole through these through these galactic beings with like symbiotes, and also suddenly Null is literally and also it's like a symbiote, and all suddenly Sentry just like picks up Null and it's like, okay, I'm gonna go throw you to the sun, and also Null's like, do you know who I am? I am Null, the symbiote god. I am the Void. And also he just rips and tears Sentry in half. From the bottom to the top, it's like, Shah! And I was like, ah! And all suddenly, friggin' Eddie Brock is like, leave everyone, leave everyone out alone, alright? You want me? You got me. And all suddenly, Null is a literally smug smile on his face. He's like, I'm not here for you, you fool. But I will take your symbiote. I'm here for your son. And it's like, oh! Oh my god. Those superheroes were not, those superheroes were not prepared for Null the symbiote god. Yeah. And the freaking the Sentry was not prepared. He was not prepared. What the heck? He just freaking rips him in half, and I'm just like, oh my god. Oh. But yeah, DC, your comic storylines. I have read 3 Jokers. I have read that storyline. Oh man. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone because you have to read it. You have to read it. You have to read 3 Jokers storyline. It's so good. Such amazing artwork, such amazing writing. I just read it and I just look at it. I'm just like, I'm jealous of this writing. I'm jealous of this artwork. How is it so good? It's better than like JoJoin or like any other manga. And I'm sorry if I'm like peeking throughout this entire video. I can't help the fact that I am hyped and that I am excited. But yeah, let's go and move on to manga. Let's go talk about manga because I actually mentioned it earlier in terms of the comics section. And manga's been 50-50. If I could be quite honest with you. I mean, Dragon Ball Super's recent manga arc ended, and that manga arc is the Moro arc, and I'm just like, oh my god, this lasted for way too long, and like, I am not talking about the fact that the manga was released monthly, because hey, I have been reading I have been reading JoJolion. I should know I should know the weight in terms of a monthly release. Yeah, but I mean, it's just not like the pacing or anything, but like they had the perfect way. They had the perfect way to end the Moro arc, and they didn't. They just didn't end it. They're like, you are nothing against my magic, to quote Moro, and it just, Ah, it's so dumb. The More arc is finally over. I am so glad about that. And Dragon Ball Super's manga is currently starting a new arc, which fantastic. I'm so happy. Wow. I am being sarcastic. I am being so sarcastic right now. But yeah, JoJolion. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 8, aka JoJolion and its manga run. Oh my god, it's manga run, man. It's manga run. Oh, let me go tell you something, man. The Wonder of You arc is banonk. It's so amazing. I'm literally reading it and I'm just like, what is in Gappy's bubbles? Snoop Dogg died. Oh no, the spin? What's it doing here? Y'all so confusing. Oh my god. The Wonder of You is such a cool stand. It's so powerful, but it's also so cool. Oh my god, I'm just like literally I am just reading the JoJolion Monthly. I'm sitting here, I'm just like, what happens next? And like each and every chapter, it's like this entire surprise, and it's like, oh my god, Araki is a genius when it comes to writing manga. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something, man. Oh my god. But yeah. Let's go talk about video games. I need a drink real quick. I'm sorry. Let's talk about let's talk about Nintendo. All right, so Nintendo games, surprisingly fantastic. Smash reveals. Let's talk about Steve for a minute. Steve being revealed for Smash broke Twitter. And you want to know the last time that ever happened? I will let you guess. Okay, you are done guessing? Okay, let me go and tell you the last time Twitter broke. It was during Michael Jackson's death. Yep. Steve broke Twitter. I guess you could say that Steve is as popular as Michael Jackson now. Depending on how you look at it, that is either a good thing or a bad thing. To me, it's an amazing thing. It is so good to see like Super Smash Brothers and to see like the stuff surrounding Super Smash Brothers still going strong, and just seeing all that love and support. Sephiroth was revealed for Super Smash Bros. DLC during the Game Awards. Well, I mean, he is a super cool villain. He was the first memorable villain in terms of video games, JRPGs, and Final Fantasy, as far as that goes. But honestly, I just looked at it and like, don't get me wrong, I was hyped, but I really wanted Geno from the Super Mario Bros. RPG game on the, I want to say it's the SNES. Yeah, the SNES. Yeah. What's happened, man? But yeah, Doom Eternal was an amazing game. Spider-Man Miles Morales, surprisingly, was just as good as Spider-Man PS4. I did not honestly expect that to be the case, but yeah, that was amazing. What else was there? Oh, some new video game reveals and some teases. I didn't. I mean, Gotham Knights, so hype. That new Suicide Squad game was so hype. It was more hype than Gotham Knights because essentially Gotham Knights is supposed to be this kind of reboot of the Batman Arkham games, and then meanwhile, man, meanwhile, Suicide Squad game is revealed, and then Rocksteady walks out, and they are all like, oh, by the way, this is canon to the Batman Arkham games, and I'm like, say no more. Say more, please, but also say no more. Oh my god, that was so hype. Like I was literally laying in my bed in my dorm, and then when I heard that, when I saw that, and when I heard it, I was like, what? And then I just fell off my bed because of so much hype. I was like, oh my god. Oh, that was so amazing. What time are we running at? Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and continue. Last of Us 2. Dividing a fan base and the video game community, because let's be honest, there are some people who just absolutely love it, and there's some people who just absolutely despise it and just hate it. Me personally, I could see flaws in it. I could see all the flaws, but it still looks good, and it does look like a good game. I would definitely want to play it sometime. But yeah, I mean, Last of Us 2. Those are my thoughts on it. I haven't played it yet, but from what I've seen and what I've heard, it is a good game with some major glaring issues and some major problems with it. But yeah, what else is there? Avengers. That new Avengers video game was hyped. It was hyped up so much, but then it turned out to be this complete letdown of a game. And I'm sitting there, I'm just like, we were this close to greatness, and you mess it up. I mean, literally, it had the potential to be a good game, but then it just turns out to be this whole entire short storyline, and empty, and just like very empty and plain open world exploration. It just wasn't that good. I'm gonna just be honest. It was such a letdown. You disappoint me, Avengers. You disappoint me. You had this amazing movie. Well, actually, 4 amazing movies, if you count Endgame and Infinity War to be two different movies. You had everything. You had it. But then you mess it up. Shame on you. And also, shame on me for even believing all that hype. Because, hey, it's bullcrap. It was all bullcrap from the start. But yeah, let me go talk about another thing that was very hype. Or really surprising. Microsoft buying Bethesda. Yeah, that happened. Bethesda was recently purchased by Microsoft. And you may be wondering, Jacob, what does that mean? Well, that means potentially Fallout Doom, Elder Scrolls, and any other games made 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 by Bethesda will be purely on Xbox consoles. Most likely. I don't know because hey, if I have to buy if I have to buy two consoles, okay, and that being the PS5 and the new Xbox, I'm gonna be upset because I don't have that money, first of all, and number two, to me that just feels like a waste of money. I don't know. Tell me what you all think of that. But yeah, let's go and move on. All right, the final thing. Are we all ready here? 2020 personally. What was 2020 like personally to me? I graduated high school. I went to college and I met some and I met some amazing and wonderful people. I made new friends. Uh I stood up for what was right. You know the whole Black Lives Matter movement that I want to say that was gaining traction during June. I want to say yeah June. I was I kind of regret not necessarily being there back then. I mean yeah, I did join up on the Black Lives Matter protests uh, during my time in college, but I kind of regret um, not necessarily going to any protests during June or July or anything. You know? And in terms of in terms of me, and I may lose some subscribers, I may get hate for this. I don't care honestly if I get hate or if I lose subscribers, but Black lives do matter. They matter. All right. There's been so many historical things in terms of like black lives influenced everything within America in terms of rap, in terms of R&B, jazz, freeform jazz, and in terms of history and our nation's history, as well as movies, um, music, video games, etc. They are important, and Black lives do matter 100%. And you can quote me on that. You can quote me saying Black lives matter because they do. I don't care. I don't care what you say, but Black lives matter no matter what. Anyways, sorry about all that. Let's go and move on. I did a lot of self-reflection throughout 2020. And like in terms of my first semester of college, I got the coronavirus as well as strep. Yay! And I was in isolation for 2 weeks. I think I kind of gone insane. But anyways, moving on. I want to say that I feel better, but let's just like move on. So like during that whole during and after my isolation because of the coronavirus and strep, I kind of reflected a bit, I kind of just look looked looked back at everything that I did, from all the good to all the bad and all the ugly. I just kind of self reflected a bit, and just looking back at it, I'm kind of glad I did. I'm kind of glad that I was in isolation, and I am glad that I had time to reflect and to look back. But yeah, enough sentimental stuff. I just got done with that. Let's go ahead and move on. I started writing a script for a short film that I'm working on. Yeah, in terms of my degree in college, I am majoring in film, and I am minoring in creative writing. And I gotta say, I honestly, writing a script for a short film is actually very, very difficult. You know, and but however, I am still going through that process, and I am still working my butt off trying to trying to make it good and not have any problems in terms of as far as I could see. But yeah, another thing is that I started I started working on a short film with someone in terms of their short film. I am shooting the camera work for them in terms of the short film. But yeah, um hopefully everything goes well, and hopefully we actually start filming soon. But yeah, another thing, let's go talk about some other stuff that happened. I barely uploaded any videos in 2020, or at least I feel like that. And the reason why is because college was kind of in the way. And it was also my first semester of college, and all the stress in terms of like working on homework, reading all these books, and then just studying and studying and studying and studying, and then going to classes. It kind of takes a toll on me in terms of like doing YouTube. And this year I want to try to balance that out. I want to try to balance out all of the stuff, ranging from the college stuff to all the way to YouTube, and writing my book, and writing that script for the short film. I want to make sure that I can that yes, I do have time to breathe, but I also want to try to get them done by the end of this year. Hopefully. Honestly, hopefully, please. I swear to God, I don't want to make another promise and then not have to fulfill it. Please. But yeah, okay, we're still good, I guess. In terms of time. What else was there? I am looking down at the script because I wrote down a lot of stuff that's happened this year on there. So yeah, I had to cancel a lot of videos as well as a lot of like series. The one of them especially was the Let's Play stuff. I had to stop that because it was just so stressful for me, just to try to figure out how to record both the screen as well as the audio. It was very, very stressful. It's very, very frustrating, and I couldn't necessarily deal with it a lot. So then I just looked at it and I was like, guess I'm not gonna be recording Let's Plays anymore. But yeah, And yeah, there was also a lot of other like videos that were canceled. I'm not going to talk about it because some of them I don't really feel that bad about, and then there's others that I'm just like, I wish I made that video, you know? I wish I made that video on that specific time when it was still relevant. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on a bit from all that. The year was just full of bizarre and bad things. I mean, we have like Australian bushfires and California on fire. Presidential politics. Moving on, we had an entire historical movement, the Black Lives Matter movement happened, which was fantastic, and I still stand by that no matter what. The sea virus, the biggest contraction of 2020. The sea virus happened, and it's still happening, I guess, to this day. But there's supposed to be this vaccine being worked on. I don't necessarily believe it, but hopefully we do get it. But yeah, in terms of like mentally and emotionally, I kind of struggled a bit because of all the college stuff and all of the YouTube and presidential politics. And yeah, that really did bring me down, as well as kind of tore apart my experience of 2020. But yeah, I had plans throughout this entire year. They did not come to fruition, which kind of sucks. But yeah, let's go ahead and bring up 2020 in general. What did I think of it? 2020 was rough, and it was hard to get through. But it was all of 2020. It was all completely worth it. Because I got to grow, and I got to discover and work on things. I got to meet new people. I got to make new friends. And it was all worth it. Is this my best year? Absolutely not. Was this my worst year? No. Not at all. This year was good, and it had a lot of ups. But anyways, yeah. That's going to be it from me, guys. Sorry for this video being 48 minutes and 9 seconds long. I'm so sorry about that. My stutter is horrible. But yeah, let me know what you all think within the comment section below. Tell me your thoughts and opinions down there as well. Tell me about your 2020. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it pretty meh? Let me know. Also, if you did like this video, make sure you use the font, smash on that like button. Share this video with all your friends. We are so close to 100 subscribers. So, ladies and gentlemen, as well as others, subscribe to the Jacob Show and tap that notification bell to be notified of all new videos. The goal of this year is to reach 100 subscribers. If we can reach that, this year would be amazing. But yeah, my name is Jacob Miller. I will see you next time on the Jacob Show with a MCU movies as well as Disney Plus shows predictions. Yeah. Bye-bye.